Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting edition of Psychic Sundays Live with your host, the Queen of Booga Booga, Psychic Sally Diane.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to our favorite hour of the week. It's so nice to see all of you here, and I'm looking forward to an hour of answering all your questions. It was nice to be away for a week, but I missed you all, and I think that Pam did an excellent job. I'm sure all of you did too. I was pretty excited to hear her doing animal readings, and I hope that we have her back again someday. And how was your week?
My week was fine.
Hey,
Sorry, I'm fighting my mouse. It keeps freezing, so if we get stuck on something, folks, it's just because my mouse is freezing, and I have no idea why. I have tried 6 different mice on both of my systems. Both of my systems are doing this intermittent freezing. It is driving me insane. Hi,
It's
Cassie.
so
Hi,
weird.
me too. Hi, Patricia.
Yeah, he's tried. You said 4 different mouses,
I think 6 at this point.
and it's just the same thing. We have got to have a gremlin that's deviling him. So anyhow, it's nice to see, and I see everybody's already asking questions already.
Since you were squinting, you obviously have to turn that font up.
Oh yeah, okay. So actually, I'm just going to try not to squint. So anyhow, everybody. I just think that we should start out with a pick 5.
All right, pick 5. This is
Pick
where
5 for What Does My Crush Think of Me? I know all of you. Yeah, Cindy, the key is killer. Oh, my goodness. I have a fan right on me right now as we speak. So, for all of you,
hang on.
for all of the lovelorn out there, for all of you who has a crush and wants to know what your crush thinks of you or what's going to happen. Well, let's look at this week in my crush. And it's a pick 5. And we thought that we would go with a wood grain this week. And it might be a little noisy. I know I won't be doing the runes this week. So pick 5. So we have card number 1,
Oh, that would be
card
flying
number
all over
2.
the
Oh
place.
my goodness. Card number 3, but they'll be enthusiastic. Card number 4 and card number 5. Okay. So, what does your crush think of you this week in your crush? Card number 1, card number 2, card number 3, card number 4, and card number 5. Okay, everybody out there that has a crush, pick a card. Did you pick card number 1? Well, if you pick card number 1, this week in your crush...
Gotta pull those down.
Oh, do I? Okay, is that good?
That's better.
Oh, how about that?
Yep.
Awesome. Okay, so if you pick card number 1, you've got the 10 of coins this week in your crush. So the 10 of coins reversed, it talks about things destabilizing a little bit. So it looks like it's going to be a bit of a step backwards towards you and your crush kind of getting together. It feels like it's going to be a little ungrounded. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I hope next week's a better week for you and your crush. Did you pick card number 2? Well, if you pick card number 2, then this week in your crush, you have the 8 of Swords. And the 8 of Swords is about holding yourself back. And, it's self-inflicted and self-inflicted obstacles. So the suggestion this week is maybe you should reach out to your crush. At least make eye contact and smile or say hi. But if any obstacles this week are self-inflicted. Did you pick card number 3? Well, if you pick card number 3, then this week in your crush is the King of Cups. Oh my goodness. It's going to be a good week. You're going to make a connection of some sort with your crush. That little girl looks pretty happy, so this week in your crush should make you happy. Did you pick card number 4? Well, if you pick card number 4, then this week in your crush, is the Sun. That's even better. That's an awesome card. You might have this week in your crush, you are going to see progress in the connection in your relationship. That is awesome news. And the Sun is a really good card to get, especially in the summer. Okay, last but not least, did you pick card number 5? Well, if you pick card number 5, then this week in your crush, you're going to be getting a lot of mixed messages. But when the Six of Cups shows up like that, sometimes it's best to kind of wait it out and take a step back. So no matter what this week throws to you, just wait until next week to make any decisions or jump to any conclusions. Okay, so thank you everybody for watching, and I think it's time for us to get on to our questions.
It certainly looks
Oh
that
yeah,
way.
well, oh
Okay,
look at that, my
let's see
goodness.
if I can actually
Oh, Patricia
manage to
says it's nice in
scroll.
Vancouver. Oh,
I'm about to throw this mouse.
I think we're going to need to soak that mouse in some Ghost Be Gone.
Yeah, what about the rest of them?
Yeah, this is true. Okay, so Patricia wants to know how many courses out of 5 for the fall winter semester is it in my best interest to take? Okay, so, well, I went to university myself, and 5 courses is a lot to take. Isn't 4 the normal? Okay, and these 2 cards flipped over right away. And so
Which are?
you have the Devil reversed and you have the Chariot reversed. So there is this idea that, first off, the devil, when you have the Devil reversed, it's kind of it means breaking away from self-defeating, self-abnegating notions. So the universe says you are breaking away, but you have the Chariot reversed too. And this is a warning about biting off more than you can chew. And if you notice, both of them have that idea of the two beasties leading the charge. And so this is a situation where you need to really consider your workload there. You might be, like I said, you might be biting off more than you can chew if you're talking about taking 5 courses. All right, so just going to do a 3-card spread for you, Patricia, because that pretty much well answered your question. Okay, so apparently you might be looking to do this and work too, because even 3 they think isn't a good number for you. They say that 2 is a perfect balance. And it is pointing out that you have other things going on in your life. And it's kind of across the board. I think that you're finally breaking some obstacles. And when you break out, when things stagnate in one area of your life, it stagnates in the other. And when things break free in one area of your life, it usually breaks free in the other. And it looks like you're going to be working on all areas of your life. So don't bog yourself down in just one thing. All right, so who's next?
Trudy wants to know, will my ex finally get over me and move on?
Oh, they never get over you. I just got to say, Trudy, you just got to reach a point where you just don't care anymore, to be real honest. But I'm going to look at the north, east, southwest of things with you. Because it really feels like, to me, excuse me, folks, I can hear his glass his ice, and I want some ice now. Oh, that's nice. It's still hot in here. Okay, so we were looking at Trudy and her ex, and I'll tell you, it just really feels like you're focusing in on him as a distraction, so you don't have to focus in on other things. 4 of Wands. Okay. Yeah, I see. Okay, so will he get over you? Again, there's no reason why you should care about that. because he's always going to have a little bit of a crunch on you. Men don't fall out of love that easily. But it looks like right now what you should be doing is rebuilding your circle of friends and building a support group around you. And the cards are reminding me that you've got somebody new coming into your life who needs your attention a lot more than Mr. Yesterday. So just because he doesn't want to move his life forward doesn't mean that you shouldn't move your life forward. Okay. So who is next?
Mean to You wants to know, will I have a healthy grandchild in the next year?
Ooh, grandchildren. That's so much fun.
Yes, because you can get them all hyped up and then drop them off.
Yes. You can tell them all kinds of ridiculous stuff. So. Healthy
Hello, Link.
grandchild. Okay.
Hello, Joanne.
Meme and grandchildren.
Welcome to all our new subscribers.
It feels
pull
almost
those
like
down?
there's been a
Can you pull
baby
those down?
maybe. Oh, yes. Meme to you, it almost feels like you had a baby maybe there. You know, maybe a miscarriage or a false pregnancy or something like that. Because there is this, even in your question, there's a little bit of a worry about something going wrong. And that whole like before. Okay, and so you have the Queen of Coins in the Page of Wands reversed. So there was a worry before. Okay, so. So, yes, I know there were some difficulties in the past. There's a reason, you're not worrying without reason about having a healthy grandchild. But they're saying, with worry is sometimes negative prayer. And they're saying just because something went wrong in the past, don't worry about going wrong right now. You're just putting worry on yourself that you don't need to worry about. When I look ahead, you've got the Five of Wands, but it's Five of Wands reversed, and right side up. It kind of indicates some struggle, some competition. But when it's reversed like this, I really think that this is going to be an easy birth for her, and it might actually be a little quick, because just the way it's set up. Yeah, is this going to be a boy? Anyhow, yes, you will have a healthy grandbaby. Okay, so who's next?
Oh, well, I'm looking forward. You remember my mouse keeps freezing to a point where
Oh,
my
yes.
system is pretty much usable for scrolling.
Oh, okay. So
Oh.
Cindy Smith is waiting on her disability. Oh, that could be so irritating. Let's see how Cindy Smith is doing with her disability.
Let's see if I can find that.
Okay. So I'm going to handle this a little bit on my own, just for a little bit, while the producer is trying to find another mouse. I swear it's gremlins. So Cindy Smith, we are going to look at Cindy Smith and her disability. And we're just going to do a northeast southwest here. See what her grounding is, see what she's heard about so far, see what the passion is, see what the dream is, and see where it's flowing. Okay, so in the north, you've got temperance, you've got temperance reverse, so there's an unbalance here. So there's a reason why you're on disability. There's an unbalance here, and it's there's not really anything you can do about it. It's a universal thing. It's something that the universe did to you. It's something, beyond your control. But it is knocking your life off kilter. So when I look at the flow that's coming in, that's strange because you've got the World. I think that you may have gotten, or you're going to get really shortly, some good news about the disability. Yeah, it looks like they are going to decide in your favor. There's just delays, And I think we may add that number 8 might be right, that we're looking at 8 weeks are going into September. Yeah, yeah, because when you look at the way things flow, it's the Queen of Cups reversed. So they say, yeah, you're going to get your disability, and that's fine and dandy, but then you still have to just deal with the condition that put you on disability in the first place.
All right, well, I'm back. Joanne is our next contestant.
Hi, Joanne. It's nice seeing you.
Will I meet a boyfriend that's right for me this year? You better hurry up, Joanne. There's only 6 months left. Oh, not quite even.
You know, you just need to do the things that you like to do and quit trying to meet every man on earth. You only need to find one. And if you do the things that you like to do, you're more likely to find somebody who likes the sort of stuff you like. And also, the better person you make yourself, the better person you will attract. You know, I can give you all those little platitudes, but let's look at Joanne and love. Will love find Joanne this year? Okay. Oh, I feel like Joanne might be a little bit shy at times. Okay, so. Yes, you will find love within the year.
Woo!
Okay, as it comes, and I can see what were you saying, will I find a boyfriend that's right for me? Because it looks like as you're coming up to this point, you're really starting to doubt your judgment when it comes to men, and you've made a few bad decisions. You know, don't blame yourself. You know, keep in mind, all this stuff is 50-50. If he presents himself as a nice guy and then turns into a jerk after you start going together, well, it's him that deceived you, right? So like I said, don't punish yourself. And this whole self-abnegation thing doesn't work. You want to find somebody who's right for you, then you can't look in the mirror and say, oh, but if only I had a smaller this or a bigger this or a more of this or less of this. If you accept yourself the way you are, whoever comes into your life will accept you. And it really feels like whoever you are as an individual, there's someone right here who's looking at you saying that is the perfect one for me. You know, not everybody wants the Sports Illustrated model type. Not everybody wants, you know, Hollywood beauty. People want somebody that they can relate to. Yes, you are going to find somebody this year, and he's going to be just a little bit younger. Don't let that hang. Don't get hung up on that. You are going to find somebody who's right for you. He's not perfect, but neither are you, so it's a perfect match. Okie dokie.
Oh, well, look at all that. Who we have next? Hey, yes. Should I consider other job offers and interview now, or is it not the time yet?
Okay, so hi, Eva. So, whoops. So we're looking at who is looking for a new job.
KS.
KS. Okay, new job for KS. That's 3-card spread all day long. All right, so what they say right now is that this is a good time for you to look for something else. This, you know, it just feels like you're at the right intersection of your life where you have the desire to move to someplace else and there is opportunity. So the winds of fortune are blowing in your favor. So based on this card, I would say yes. Okay, so what leads you to this point is a Page of Swords. So I don't think that everything has been happy, happy, joy, joy where you're at. It feels like you might have gotten some off-putting messages from management. It's just like the messages you've been getting from management aren't good. Absolutely, this is a time. This is a time where you can find a job that with somebody that respects you, that you can respect right back. So that is resounding yes. Thank you for tuning in and thank you for asking.
Sonia wants to know whether her husband is happy in the marriage.
Okay. Ooh, Sonia, that's a tough question to answer. I'm gonna look at it because you asked, but ooh. So that's another one that's a 3-card spread. Please be a good card. Okay, so I'm not going to say he's unhappy, but he wishes things were like they were in the beginning. So he feels like he might be missing out maybe on some of your passion, maybe on some of the honeymoon feelings that you had when you were younger. But he does look back and wish that we were back to the beginning kind of thing. So there is a longing, there is a nostalgia there. Having said that, nostalgia is different than dissatisfaction because the 7 of the Chariot here, the Chariot reverse, says this is a guy that's not going anywhere. He's going to stay, and he is going to make it right. He's got some pretty strong attitudes here, and overall, he sees a great deal of potential in this relationship. So I think right now he's just missing the younger you. You know, and I'm talking about that passion, that happiness to see him. So maybe he isn't acting special because he's not feeling special. Anyhow, he's needing attention, but he's not going anywhere.
Well, not going anywhere.
Nope.
Oh, is that good or bad? I wasn't listening.
Well, it means that she's got times on her side.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah.
Our next question comes from Ramizu.
Okay.
He's looking for a love relationship with Sab. How do you see that going?
Okay. Yeah. A love relationship with Sam. Well, you've got the Page of Swords, and that's Page of Swords dead center. And the Page of Swords is a messenger. And often swords are associated with writing. And so it's kind of saying you need to communicate with her a little bit more. You know, it's nice to think about her, but you need to use your words. You write her a letter, write her an email, communicate with her. Yeah, communicate with her. That's pretty much well it. You know, she can tell you like her. She just doesn't understand why you're not moving forward. Okay, so the ball's in your court. Do something about it. Okay.
All right. Next, we have Shannon. Will
Hi.
my sister's fiance recover from his accident?
Oh, we're so sorry to hear that your sister's fiance had an accident. You know, I know he's not quite in the family yet, but when you're planning a marriage, it kind of makes them a little feel like family. Okay, so your sister's fiance, and we're just going to do 3 cards on that. Okay, so okay, so Will he be a productive person in the future? Yes. Will he leave this totally uninjured? No. There are some injuries here that will dog him for the rest of his life. And it feels like it's injuries to the limbs that he might have walking problems or sore legs for the rest of his life. But he will recover. And there's a certain strength here. And I'm sure that having, about ready to become a husband helps along, because he is thinking about the future. Okay, so yes, he's going to get better, but it's not going to be 100%. Okay, so who's next?
Suzanne is complaining that the green cloth is gone. We had a replacement cloth. I still have the green cloth, but it didn't quite work out. Back to square one. I love the color, but the fabric itself turned out to be quite useless.
Oh,
Okay, we got some new subscribers here. Welcome, everybody.
okay.
Sorry, Suzanne has a question.
Okay, and we'll answer Suzanne's question. But first, I want to tell you guys about Tarot Camp, and that's coming up at the end of September. It's going to be an all-day Saturday, and starting in the morning and going right through until dinner time. And it does include lunch. It's $199 for the whole day. It's a lot to cover, so I'm going to have you all day, and we'll do some psychic development exercises. We'll work on the basics of the tarot, and we'll work on practice readings. So when you leave at the end of the day, you feel confident in doing readings for family and friends. Okay, so anybody who's interested, visit my website, sallydiane.com, to get more information. Okay, so who's next?
Next, we have Suzanne. Am I going to be done my project very soon? End of July? What do you see me working on next? And what about the one after that? And then the one after that? Or should we wait 2 weeks to tell her?
As long as you're taking life one bite at a time. Let's see how this project works out.
She is, but she's got to swallow in between, too.
Yeah, well, the thing of it is as soon as she talked about the project and what comes next, I just got this idea that there's two. So they're actually going to expect you to be working on two at once. And it feels like with one of the projects, it's a collaborative thing. So you're going to be working with somebody that you might not necessarily get along with. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. So yes, you will get it done. You'll actually get it done with time to spare. Because when I see the Temperance fall out, it says on the wings of angels. So let's see, Suzanne and her projects moving forward. Start here. Yeah, you will get it done. You will get it done in ample time, and you will have two projects. One's after this is done, you will be given two projects, and like I said, one will be one to do on your own, and the other one is going to be collaborative. And that's just they want to make sure that you can play well with the other children. Okay, so who's next?
Who's next?
Yes.
Pick 3 is next.
Ooh, pick 3 for the week ahead.
Pick 3 for the week ahead. This is where Sally pulls 3 cards, and you pick one ahead of time. And whichever card you pick will be your reading for the week. This is a way we give everybody a reading, whether they've asked a question or not. Speaking of asking questions, we no longer do general readings. We don't have time for that. Please ask a specific question. Please ask a specific question. That was better.
Yes, my knowledge of the Pacific is limited. So don't ask me any Pacific questions. Okay, so pick 3. And I know y'all noticed I got out a different deck here. I pulled out my Lenormand deck. We haven't brought that out in a while, so I decided we'd let the Lenormand do the pick 3 this week. So what card are you going to pick for this week? Are you going to pick card number 1? Are you going to pick card number 2? Or are you going to pick card number 3? Think about it carefully. Let's see what the week ahead has for you. Card number 1, card number 2, or card number 3. Which one did you pick? If you pick card number 1, then this week for you, you have got card number 34, you've got the King of Diamonds, and it's actually fish. So this is a week about setting yourself up for future prosperity. This is a week for you to look at the opportunities that lie around you. You know, fish is a sign of prosperity, and you've got 3 of them this week. Okay, so good week for prosperity. Did you pick card number 2? Well, if you pick card number 2, then your card for this week is the 9 of Swords or the Anchor. And so this is a week about becoming grounded. This is a week about getting all your ducks in a row. This is a week about solidifying plans. Okay, so make sure you hammer it down and make it happen, but get everything in writing. So did you pick card number 3? Sonia did. So this week, for those of you who picked card number 3, your card is the 7 of Spades, the message. You are going to get a message. You're going to hear from somebody you haven't heard from in a long time. Good on you. Well, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for playing Pick 3. And I guess it's time to move on to the next person. But before we do, let me remind you, if you would like to see me in person, I'm at the spa near the tracks on a regular basis. Just call the spa at 519-273-1293.
Woohoo!
I got it right, to schedule an appointment. Or if you'd like an online reading, send me an email to thequeenofoogaboga@gmail.com. And anybody who's interested in participating in September's Tarot Camp, visit our website at sallydiane.com for all the details.
Okay, Jack Deep wants to know whether they're going to pass their dental exam. Sorry, dentist practical exam.
Oh,
Will they pass it this time?
oh, I hope so. You've worked so hard on that, haven't you?
And please let us know where you will be working.
Okay, so it says that this is your lucky week. 3rd time's a charm.
No, it's not happening for another 2 to 3 months.
Well, it looks like you're setting yourself up for it. Luck is on your side. You're entering a luckier, more prosperous cycle of your life. I could see that in the fish in your north, and then in the east. In the east, there is a crossroads. So there's crossroads in the Queen of Diamonds. And so you have the Queen of Diamonds and the King of Diamonds here. So this represents somebody who is important to you in your life. And she's a little concerned because she's worried that maybe you made the wrong choice here. You know, and so she's worried about the decisions you've made and the crossroads that you're at. And where your passion is, you know, it's really disappointed you that you haven't passed before, because this is something you really love to do. This feeds into your passion. So there's that. And which direction are you going? Yes. Okay, so yes, you will pass. And you've got you actually have the serpent ahead. And the serpent, I see that whoever's around you that's kind of throwing doubt at you, you kind of have to tune her out for a bit. Because there's somebody who's being a little bit toxic for you when it says that, yeah, you will pass. You will pass. I'm just worried about the influences around you. Don't listen to toxic people.
All right, Kushboo, we do your kind of questions at the beginning of the show. It's called Pick 5 for your crush. When we're done the live show, just wait till YouTube puts it back up, and then you can watch it all over again. And the very first segment says, "How does my crush feel about me?"
Yes, and everybody make sure you like. That helps us a lot. It helps our analytics. And make sure you share. Tell all your family about us. Okay, so who's next?
Jasmine wants to know about her connection with Edgar.
Oh, Edgar. Gemini and a Libra. Ooh. Okay. I'm just looking for grounding there and not finding it. Okay, so Jasmine and Edgar. Okay, so I think that there might be a bit of youth involved here because the whole thing starts out with parent issues, controlling parent issues. But the two of you together, it seems like this is something good for you. And when you look at the when you look at the future, the Wheel of Fortune, even though it's turning down, so it's saying that you guys might be in an uncertain cycle, and that continues for a while, and it goes back to the issues that both the baggage that both of you are carrying from your childhood. But hang in there and have faith that this is something that can be a lifelong relationship. This can be everything you want it to be. Remember, a relationship is two-way street. It's something you build together. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune might not be turning your direction now, but the Wheel of Fortune always turns its direction. So wait, like I said, it's a down cycle for a little bit, but I think once you get past October, you're going to see things moving up a bit for you and Edgar. Overall, though, guys have a lot of potential in that relationship. It's worth doing the talking and the compromising and everything else you have to do to make it succeed. Okay.
Well, wasn't that a mouthful?
Yes.
All right, next we have Rakia, who's looking to be in a long-term relationship this year.
Okay. Wow. A long-term relationship this year?
Yep.
Ooh, okay. That's I'm just saying your guys are just telling me all kinds of things here. You know, that you can't judge yourself by who wants you or who doesn't want you. You cannot measure your self-worth by the relationships you attract. Although your self-worth does control the kind of relationships you attract. Okay, so it's kind of like being in a relationship for the sake of being in a relationship is never going to be enough. Anyhow, let me look at you in relationships. Ooh. Okay, so this card came flying out, the Falling Tower. And the Falling Tower is a near-miss disaster. So it's okay to say no to somebody. It's okay to back away from something that makes you feel uncomfortable. Never forget that, because you've got this kind of a situation coming up. So if somebody gives you the chills right away, somebody just doesn't feel right, don't stick around to get used to that feeling. Get rid of the person. Your instincts will tell you everything if you let them. Okay, so long-term relationships within a year. You know, the romantic side of the universe doesn't like to hear tick, 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 tick. But there is somebody there for you, darling. And yeah, here you got these two together. Yes, you will meet somebody by the end of the summer. And it's somebody that your parents might not necessarily approve of, but it's somebody that strikes the right chords for you. Feels like it's somebody who's soft-spoken. and somebody that you can work with. Good. Yes, your lucky streak is about ready to end. Good for you.
Oh, here's one of your favorite questions of all time.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you know it. You ready to tell the shoe story?
Oh, man. You know, there's an old Yiddish proverb.
Well, let me get to the question
Oh.
first. That way the person that you're telling this to knows that you're telling them to them. Libby wants to know whether her ex-boyfriend will have a reconciliation. And when?
Oh, I am so, if you have a friend who's had a crazy ex-boyfriend, you ask that in almost every situation where there's a crazy ex-boyfriend, that boyfriend has been broken up with and taken back. When you take a guy back, it breaks them. Their mind can't handle it, I guess. But whatever the problem was before, it will appear twice as bad again. Plus that he'll never believe that you'll really leave him over it. So I'd say don't go back. Don't go back, and that's just unilaterally. And he references a proverb that I like to reference. It's an old Yiddish proverb that if you have a pair of shoes that pinch your feet, put it in the back of a closet for 6 months, and when you pull them out, they'll still pinch your feet. Duh. Okay, so it wasn't a fit before. I don't hold out hope that he'll be a fit after. I know that it's hard when they get a hook, when they have a hook in your heart and you miss them and blah, 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 blah. But, it's almost always better to start anew. Yeah, right here we got temperance. So actually, you've been put back into balance here. So I'd say, again, they're reminding you how nice and peaceful and smooth your life has run since he's been gone. And there's the man child. Yeah. Look, yes, he'll come back. Don't take him back. I'm telling you, don't take him back. Whatever the problems were before, it will be even worse. It'll be even less balancing for you. It's saying this is a time for you to work on yourself and work on getting ahead career-wise so you attract better people than what you had before. So don't take it back. Don't take it back. Don't take him back. And if you're a student of the tarot, you're going to go, but Sally, Diane, that's a good card, and that's a good card, and that's a good card. Yeah, but what about this one? What about this one? They're always good when they're trying to get back into your good graces or into your bad. But over a period of time, it comes back again and again and again and again. So whatever the problem was before, it's still there. Nothing's changed. Don't take him back. Move on. Move onwards and upwards. That's my advice to you.
Well, that was a heavy one.
Yeah, I know. I've learned the hard way not to take someone back.
Kushbu has a second question regarding finances for the next 3 months. And will there be a lover involved in that situation as well?
Ooh.
Like the lover providing finances, which sounds kind of sketchy, but
That is way, 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 way sketchy. No, don't go there. Don't do that. Even if somebody is willing to finance you, the fact that you would take money from them says the wrong thing about you. Not just to that person, but to yourself. Do you want to be a prostitute? Because that's what you're talking about.
I just lost a subscriber.
But come on, folks, you want me to be honest, right? I'm being honest. I've walked the face of this earth for almost 66 years. I've been reading 50 of it, and I've seen a lot of people. I'm telling you the truth the best I can so you can live your best life. Okay, so where were we? Who was I reading here?
Cushboo,
Cushboo.
finances.
Okay, Cushboo and finance. And I know finances are a difficult one because sometimes we get ourselves into the money hungry thing, and nothing chases the money away faster than being money hungry. And then everything becomes about money until finally nothing's about money. And that's the point where you start healing. Okay, so it starts out with the Ten of Wands. And the Ten of Wands reversed is sort of an abdication of responsibility. So it says you have a lot of things you're trying to carry, and it just seems to be too much. You just feel like you can't carry all of what you're carrying. That's why you're looking for somebody to help you out. And you have the Five of Cups coming into the now. And the Five of Cups talks about partial loss. So you've had, you were already overburdened financially, and then you got some bad news. So I can see why you're kind of in this I don't know what to do next situation. Okay. Now, your lover is something else. Your relationship is something else. And so far, it's separated from the money. And I would suggest to you that the best thing you can possibly do to ensure that this is a lifelong relationship is that you see that as two separate problems, and you do not ask your lover to help you with your finances. You work on fixing that yourself. That's going to say a lot more about you as a person, and it's going to ensure that you have a good long-term relationship. So right now, don't think in the short term, think in the long term, because you've got something that you can build and make it long term, but it's not going to work out if you put any of this. This is something you need to fix on your own, and it's always doing common sense budgeting things. If you have 2 cents, you can come up with a budget. And this is really what you need to do. Yeah. Sort them out separately. Try not to let the finances touch this relationship, because this relationship is precious. That is the best advice I can give you. Okay. So who's next?
I'm working on it. Fish, but what time is it in India? Where is it? What time is it where you are now? We're just kind of curious because we get a lot of subscribers from out your way. And I'm just kind of curious, is it morning where you are? And you all just getting up, starting to watch YouTube? Okay.
I think it's awesome. I love being international.
Lady of Light. What are Rodney's true intentions towards me?
Ah, that's a good thing to know. Okay, so let's see. That looks like a 3-card spread to me. Or
Chrissy,
better yet,
question.
Rodney's intentions. Now I have to be careful because they can be loud. Okay, so, these are it. And I'm going to be gentle with it. Oh, sorry. Okay, so,
They also can't be seen.
so move them down.
No, it's because the beige on beige.
Oh, okay. So the first thing you have, no, that's still beige on beige.
Yeah, well, just leave it.
Yes. Okay. So you have Fayhue and Pertho together, and Fayhue and Pertho together is you've got it's wheat. It talks about something that has long term, that it looks good for the long term. So yeah, that looks very good for the long term. And you have Pertho, which is dice cup, which means luck is kind of on your side, and you don't see all the advantages, but go along with it, because this is something that's moving in the right direction. You've got the cart there. So this is something that's going to go forth nicely. And the final outcome here is blessings. You have Yggdrasil, and the branches of Yggdrasil are down upon you. So that is a good thing. That's a good thing. You're headed in the right direction. This is a better situation than you think it is right now. So treat it gently and treat it with respect. You got something good happening here.
Okay, all right. Well, we got another question. It's a general love reading for Cindy. Oh, sorry, Chrissy.
Chrissy wants a love reading. I'm going to
Yeah.
pull out the Lenormand cards.
Yeah.
Why haven't we used those in a while? And I really think they're a nice deck. So, love for Chrissy. Okay, well, that's interesting. I'm just going to put a few here. Okay, so whoever you've got in your life, it feels like you might be in a bit of a transitional period. Because when I look at the now, you've got the shattered mirror and you've got the cross, and the cross and the coffin are kind of one of the two not nice cards in the Lenormand deck. But it looks like you're dealing with issues of a breakup and that around you right now. And so on the basis of it, what you've known love-wise is this guy that's got a bit of a bite to him and might not be quite honest. So that's what you've experienced before. But when I look at what's coming in, you've got something coming in that's nicer. It's a Four of Hearts. It's the high on the hog kind of a relationship. You've got somebody coming in who just says the nicest things and makes you feel like you're very lucky to be there. And it's a real refreshing change from what you had before. And good on you. You definitely deserve it. Sorry you had to deal with such a jerk before. Okay. So who's next?
That's it.
That's it.
No,
That's it. That's all. Oh my goodness.
we've got 6 minutes to stretch. Entertain.
I am an entertainer. So why don't we do a pick five for finances and prosperity. Only we're going to do a pick five with the runes. I'm not going to throw them down because they are noisy. And I just heard him go, "Arr!" So we're not going to use the runes. Sorry about that, folks.
How about the gypsy cards?
I don't have them with me, but I do have Bruce's deck. Okay, so, and I always talk about Bruce when I pull this deck out. The producer will let you know that I did swipe these from him, and that's the truth. And they came to the producer through kind of a series of family and friends. They wound up in his hands and eventually in mine. But I used to work with Bruce all the time. And
I got those from Bruce directly.
Did you?
Yeah, at the fair. We were done the reading, and he gave me the cards he was reading me with.
Okay, so I had a good story, but there you go. Got him directly from Bruce, and I swiped him, which is even a better story. I remember.
That's right. You're reading with cards that I got a reading with. Just to put that in perspective for everybody.
Yeah, but they very much have Bruce's energies to them, which I like. Okay, so we're going to do a pick five.
Pick five. For what?
Pick five for finances.
Oh, that's usually pick four, isn't it?
You want to pick four?
Well, that's usually what we've been doing is pick
okay,
four.
Okay, pick four for finances.
5, 3, and 4.
5, 3, that's right. Okay, so card number 1 for finances. And this will be finances for just the near future. Card number 2, card number 3, and card number 4 right there. Okay, so card number 1. Did you pick card number 1 for finances? Okay, so finances for you over the next little while. You've got the 9 of Wands. So it's coming to a kind of a completion part of things. You're coming to the end of a cycle financially. It does feel like coming into high energy. So there's a lot of gears in motion for the rest of the year, especially between now and the fall. So it would behoove you to kind of keep an eye on all the different things that are in motion right now. And I know that there's quite a few, but you want to make sure that everything keeps going forward. Because when 9 shows up, sometimes it's easy to run into obstacles because you're near completion. Okay, so did you pick card number 2? Well, if you pick card number 2 for finances, you got the 10 of Swords. And the 10 swords are grounding, and 10s talk about completion. It's not a nice completion. So I think that finances up to this point haven't quite been favorable for you because you are dealing with losses, but you're also dealing with losses that have kind of grounded you and kind of solidified some of your attitudes and your paths going forward. So look forward to the next beginning. Okay. So did you pick card number 3? Card number 3 for finances is the 6 of Hearts. Glad to see a heart. So the sixes is about good appearances. It is a goddess number, so you kind of have the goddess looking down on you over the next little while. It feels like there's a lot of small decisions to make, but overall, it's not win $2 million in the lottery good, but finances should get slowly but surely better over the next few months. Okay, did you pick card number 4? Well, card number 4 is the 8 of Hearts. And 8s are evolution. And this is a time for you to think about what you want to do next. This is a time to start building. This is a time to invest. This is a time to ask for a promotion, to move ahead. This is a time to figure out what you want to be when you grow up and go for that. Okay, so thank you very much for playing Pick 4. And remember to visit our website, sallydiane.com, and read up about Tarot Camp coming up. And there will be another camp in October.
Why don't you tell them about Tarot Camp again?
I will. It starts at 8:30 in the morning, and there's registration. There's a little bit of a meet and greet, and then we get into the class right at 9 o'clock, and we start out just with playing some psychic development games and getting to know each other and getting the energies all working together. And then we're going to look at the minor arcana, the major arcana, the fool's journey. So a little bit before lunch and a little bit after lunch, we're just going to be looking at the particulars of the suits and the numerology of the cards. And then after mid-afternoon break, we're going to sit down and do hands-on actual readings. And I will be teaching you a 1-card spread, a 3-card spread, and a 5-card spread. So when you leave, you will feel confident in reading family and friends, and you will be on your way to learn more about the tarot, especially if you're interested in becoming a reader. And so I look forward to seeing everybody there. Remember, visit sallydiane.com. And any of you who are not in Stratford who would like a reading with Sally Diane, send me an email to thequeenofoogaboga@gmail.com, and we will arrange an online meeting. And anybody who does want to see me in person in Stratford, just see me at the spa near the tracks. Call 519-272-1293 to schedule an appointment. I know I have some openings coming up on Tuesday, and I'm sure I got some coming up ahead of that, but I know that I do have some openings on Tuesday.
Well, I think that's it. That's all for
That's
tonight.
it, that's
yeah,
all?
It's a little bit after 10 o'clock, so we've had our
Thank
1-hour
you,
allotment.
everybody, for
YouTube's
tuning
cutting us
in.
off now. So I want to wish everybody a good night on this hemisphere and a good morning on the other one.
It's so nice to see all of you. Have a great week, and we'll see you next week at 9 o'clock for Psychic Sundays Live.
Bye-bye.
And we're out.